Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavit Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. This Ganapati Atharva Sheersham, you may have heard it very many times, especially when there is a Ganapati Ganesha Homam done at home, or for that matter, any rituals, where you have to do a havan. This is regularly chanted. And it is about our favorite, especially for the ones who come from Maharashtra. Ganesha is, most loved deity. In fact, now I am in Coimbatore and in Tamil Nadu. Lord Muruga is very, very propitiated. He is the beloved of most people. They love him. Like probably each state has its own, I'm not sure. But when I came from there were many people telling me, Acha, you're leaving Ganesha and going to his brother's place now. So it was like, I said, it's okay, both are brothers. Sometimes 6 months I will be with the elder brother, and for 6 months I will be with Kartikeyan here in Tamil Nadu. So it is like this, a very, very beloved, loving Ganesha. I mean, when we have this form, when we say Ganapati, what comes to mind immediately? A very roly-poly, happy, cheerful deity who brings, it's like joy, more we say, he is the one so sweet, he's so loving, you feel so much warmth. And one thing we all definitely pray, what is that? We know him as Vigna Harta. He will remove all the obstacles. That is why you will see, be it a Shaivite or Vaishnavite or anybody, they, before starting anything auspicious, especially something when it's very important to be done, everyone worships Ganesha, because he is the one who is supposed to remove all obstacles. Whatever vignam that is going to, whatever we perceive may happen, some obstacles we don't even think about, some challenges. Now, who ever thought, isn't it, that something like this COVID virus is going to completely topple our life this way, and we have to adapt ourselves to new ways of living? Nobody ever thought. So this is something Adi Daivika. It is, we have no clue this is coming. All of such kinds, known, unknown. These obstacles must not come in our way. Hey Ganesha, and that's why we propitiate. But when you look at Ganapati Atharva Sheersham, this is considered as an Upanishad. Now you see in the Vedas, this Ganapati Atharva Sheersham is part of the Atharva Veda. Okay? And the Vedas, if you see, they deal with two topics. Basically, Dharma and Brahman. Dharma again deals with Dharma. How are we to conduct ourselves? moral obligations, duties, huh? That, the right way of doing, to follow the path of righteousness. Okay, dharma, then artha kama. On the basis of dharma, how do we pursue artha? Artha is wealth. How do we survive? How do we earn our money? How to live our life, day-to-day lives? And then there are many desires. This is the human pursuit, basically. Dharma, artha, kama. We want all our desires fulfilled. Based on what? It should be based on dharma. This is what the Vedas deal with. Okay. Then there are portions of the Vedas that deal with what we call moksha. Huh? That is happiness not only in this world but elsewhere. That comes up to the purview of dharma in Swargaloka. How do I go to Swargaloka? How do I get maximum happiness? Okay, that's dealt with. There is this portion which deals with who we truly are. What is the nature of us? I mean, for people who are pursuing this line of thought, who while pursuing artha, kama, dharma, they've also been thinking on these lines. Who are we? Where have we come from? Who is God? Who is this creator? What is this creation about? What is the purpose of all this? So and there are people who question, isn't it? These are the people we say who are seeking a certain kind of answers. And now these answers are not previously known. In anything to do with dharma, artha, kama, some knowledge about it is there. Whatever I'm pursuing. Suppose I want to earn money. I see around, I look around, and I know what is it that I want to do, how I must equip myself, which college should I take admission, what is the subject I want to do. Some part is known, some part is unknown. Likewise, my karma, my desires, they arise. I know exactly what I'm seeking. This holiday in Switzerland is what? I want to go bungee jumping. I want to go deep sea diving, whatever it is. These are our various desires. I want to buy that diamond ring, so I'm going to work towards it. So that in 6 months I have that. Whatever these desires be like, it is known, right? The end product is known. We also have some knowledge about how we are going to gather it. But when we come to questions, we say Ishvara, we say Atman, consciousness is who I am. We have heard, at least in our culture. This Bharata Bhumi is, we are privileged to be born here, Punya Bhumi, where such things are also kind of commonplace. Even one rickshawala, he may use these words. ये सब क्या भी सब छोड़ दिया मैंने, ये सब माया है. Bhai, maya kya hai? What is maya? Even he says, this is maya. Don't get into it. Don't worry about it. What is it that is maya? What is it that is Atman? It's very commonplace, but we really do not know. We have heard of it. And that's all there is to it. So then there are those portions of the Vedas which deal with this subject matter. And that's the beauty of Ganapati Atharva Sheersham. It is found in the Atharva Veda, as we say. And when we read this, it glorifies, who's the deity? Obviously, it is Ganapati only. There is the whole description about Ganapati, the form, and it is an Upanishad. That means, in this, the Rishi wants to speak to us about that truth that Ganapati, this form Ganapati represents. So for the ones who are seeking that knowledge, who is Brahman, what is Atman, will seek it and can get it through the worship of Lord Ganesha. Now the beauty about this Atharva Sheersham is that, see, first of all, the name, Atharva Sheersham. Atharva that it is part of Atharva. And then you say Sheersha. You know, Sheersha means Shikha. It is a peak. It's the jewel. It's the crown. It is the zenith, the highest. Huh? So, Ganapati Atharva Sheersha Upanishad is considered the best, speaking of the highest, the ultimate truth. And it guides us as common people who are just about getting to hear about Atman, consciousness, want to know answers to this. We can't immediately grasp, isn't it? Tattvamasi, the Vakya, Vedanta Vakya is told, you are that. Huh? Do we immediately hear and say, oh, Aham Brahmasmi, got it? Huh? It is very nice to say Aham Brahmasmi, but Brahman, that consciousness, I have heard it is eternal, it is infinite, it has no limits, and I can't say Aham Brahmasmi, please, because mine is, I have understanding, but little understanding I have, I am striving to know a little more, isn't it? That's my position. And eternity and all, I don't know. What happened 50 years ago also, I don't know. What will happen 50 years later also, who knows? There is a question of me thinking that I am eternal. Somewhere it doesn't match. No? That aham is equal to, aham is I, is equal to, see, Brahman. Nine. That aham not equal to Brahman is what my status right now. Because I have heard about Brahman, some things I know, some things I don't know. About me also, some things I know and some things I don't know. Especially when my family member says, you're like that, I'm wondering, why am I really like that? I thought I was better than that. But what all they tell me, I wonder, are they talking about me only, So there are many things about me also, I don't know. So then, who am I? And where am I going? How am I to understand this? So, in life also, this is how we find ourselves. Even among the things, among this world, about the things that we have grown up with, also we do not have full knowledge. So that is where the worship of Lord Ganesha comes to great help. So here it is said, it is so complete, this Ganapati Atharva Sheersham, because here the seer, Atharvana Rishi, the way in, our rishis have given us these Upanishads, which deal with the ultimate truth. How did they get it? When in deep meditation, they gave up everything else in the pursuit of this truth. And in thus seeking this was revealed to them. Not only was this truth revealed, the form of Ganesha was revealed to this rishi. And that is how he said, worship of this form is most auspicious. It will lead you step by step to that ultimate goal. So that is the beauty, for many people who have not understood how these forms come about, especially the Westerners, they find it very strange, very peculiar, because we have gods with an elephant head like this. We have gods with a monkey head like this. And they represent the ultimate truth. So they think it is very immature, very childish. It is not so. Because if you miss the symbolism behind this form, then yes, it is childish. Without knowing, And another thing, just as this knowledge is revealed, okay, there is a knowing that comes about. That knowing is beyond The intellect, the grasp of the intellect. Now see, the intellect can grasp everything that is outside of it. Through the mind, through the senses, it can grasp things that is outside. Okay, so I can see a tree, I can understand this is an apple, I can see a mountain, I can see a river. Okay, but what is it? That truth, that consciousness is so subtle. It is said that it is so subtle, that is why it is all pervading, it is everywhere. And we cannot see it through the eye. And if it is so subtle, how can our mind fathom it? No? That is why it is said it is beyond speech, it is beyond mind. Okay? It is when the mind has settled down completely, relaxed, not agitated at all. That is when these revelations can happen to us. So, in the meantime, when the mind has to settle and that revelation happen, we should know what we are looking for, isn't it? Because even if it is shown to us, we will not know otherwise. See, if you don't know what you're looking for, you will not find it. Isn't it true? So that is why we must hear about this first. Shravanam we must do. We must do mananam, that we are convinced, so that, when the revelation comes, we don't doubt it. That is why we have to do, reflect upon it, contemplate on the words of the scriptures, on the words of the rishis. And it is something unknown destination. We have to have complete faith and trust in what the scriptures say and what the guru says. Otherwise, we will keep on doubting it. Even if the answer is given to us, it is shining in front of us. I don't know. I am not sure. And this, Bhagavan Krishna has also told in the Bhagavad Gita, Samshayatma pranashyahi vinashyati, he will die, he will perish. The samshaya we should not keep. So the words of the rishis, the words of the scriptures, one must have faith in, and we must apply the logic that the scriptures, we must follow the logic of the scriptures. If the scriptures say this is like this, take a right turn, you will go there, 100 yards you walk, 100 meters, you will reach there. You simply have to follow that. You should not doubt it. Huh? Because if you know where you're going, and if you know that so many people have gone that way and realized that ultimate, see, if that had not to happen, all these mantras would become obsolete. It would have been no use, isn't it? See, so many things we are using in our day-to-day life. Today, for that matter, I found one CD and I'm wondering, I don't have a CD player now. How to use that? It has become obsolete. They are saying, no, you have to copy it on pen drive, go to the shop and all that. Those olden type of phones are not used these days. In this lifetime itself, I have seen. So many things that we used to use as a child. Why child? Even after growing, something called pager was there. I don't know how many of us used it. And that pager is not known to children today. So these are things, if you keep on updating, something goes obsolete, right? It is not used. But if you see the Ganapati Atharva Sheersham, it is an ancient hymn, very ancient hymn. It is still working, which means only truth prevails, no? It has to have truth to it. Otherwise, it would have gone obsolete by now. So people are following what the Rishi has said. And of course, the last day, we will look at the Falashruti also. Usually we don't talk about Falashruti, but we will see. Clearly it has been told to us. How this should be chanted? Chanted this way, what happens? See, it is the beauty. Now see, these pathways, the mantras that are given, and the reasons why it is given, if we simply follow it, you have to reach the destination. You know, it is like, you know, there was this thing that happened. Our Periva, Swami Chandrasekhar, he was Shankaracharya of Kanji Mata. He was in Hyderabad one day. Some of you know, I have told you this. He was in somebody's house, and there, you know, they were telling him, they were kind of, Swamiji, you have to do something. You know, the Brahmins here, the pujaris who come to do pujas, they are just mechanically saying these mantras. I don't think even they know what they are doing. We are not very happy with the way they are performing. I wonder whether it will be effective. We call them, they just come, mechanically do, we have no faith. And many of us feel like that, no? About those pujaris. Oh, 10 minutes, he's finished everything and he has said everything and he's going. What is this? Is this effective? What is the use of calling these people? Lot of complaints like this we have. He just kept quiet. He heard. He didn't say anything that time. Then there was that house, a letter came. This postman came to deliver one letter. And as soon as it came, Periva said, bring me that letter, bring me that letter. So this person was wondering, you know, why is he asking for the letter? But go. He is Swamiji is asking, he is Bhagwan for us. Yes, Swamiji, take. So he saw it. Then he asked that fellow, tell that postman also to wait. He also waited, wondering what is happening. Then he asked this person, see, here you have written name, there is one street name, house number, area, and then what state is there, then there is a pin code. Huh? Now, do you know what is this pin code? How did it come about? So the house owner said, no, I don't know. I just saw, and when we are in Hyderabad, we have to write this pin code. That's all I know. Our area, this is it. Do you know? No, I don't know. Call the postman. So, postman, what do you know about this pin code? Huh? So, how did it come about and who started it? He said, no, we use this pin code to understand within Hyderabad which area. So, when we are sorting the envelopes, we look at that number and this has to go. I have no more information about this. So, he says, okay. Then he asked both of them. The pin code is not written here and it is written behind somewhere or on the side or something. He says, we usually will search for it, but usually it is not. It has to be done here. And then when it is written here, it is easy. Otherwise, sometimes it goes back. What if the address is not complete and you have not, written? You just write this person's name, Hyderabad. Will it come? No. This way it has to be written. Okay. Nobody knows why it has to be written like this, but everybody follows that rule. Then he asked, both of you don't know. Huh? What does this pin code stand for? But you know, when you write so and so, so and so. This way you have to write, this format you follow. You blindly follow. Even the postman who doesn't know why. But this is there in this format, it reaches you. Like that only, when the pujari chants, the Vedas are given that mantras this way to be chanted one after the other, whether he says it or whether he is going through it very slowly, whether he knows what he is reciting or no, doesn't matter. Like the postman, even what he doesn't know, how it came about, who has given the coding, he doesn't know. Right? In faith, it is coming and it has come, it has reached you. This way, just keep doing what the Vedas have said. The rishis have given us the password and the address, email address, and the password is given. That is the link. Now, when you all today typed the meeting ID, blindly you all copied what was sent to you. Do you all know how that Zoom connects each one? Is that computer got Why are we all wired together? How are we wired? It is so subtle we don't even know. That meeting ID has been given to us. We all are on the same wavelength. We are listening and speaking to each other. Huh? We don't doubt this. This is what exactly the rishis have given us. That password, meeting link ID. You keep connecting this way. You are actually connecting on that pathway to reach where? That field that is governed, ruled by none other than Ganesha. Do you see? Do not doubt what was given. It is so subtle. The more you chant it with love and devotion in your heart, you will increase the strength. We have no speed meter and whatever we judge, signal is weak. We couldn't see the video, we can't hear. We are saying no. The more we chant, the more we use this mantra, strong signals it will become. And then you don't need to bother about whether you're on any other wavelength or no. That one wavelength will take care of everything. When we say, Ganapati Atharva Sheersham. You know what does Tharva mean? Tharva means trembling, something that is fearful. Atharva means one that has no fear, no trembling. So Ganapati Atharva. So one thing is, it makes you fearless and you are unshaken, irrespective of whatever the situation around you. That is why one must keep chanting the Ganapati Atharva Sheersham. And wonderful, some of you are already learning to do it, isn't it? In the morning, learn to chant it. Don't worry about mistakes and all that. Fall in love with the chanting. Keep Ganesha. Imagine Ganesha is standing in front of you and you are chanting for him. And now as you listen to the meaning of the Upanishad, more and more you will fall in love with Ganesha. And if you do not have an Ishta, if you have an Ishta, see, I'll tell you another one thing. When you study the Shiva Puran, no, Shiva is considered the ultimate Parat Brahman, okay? No one higher than Shiva. All the Shaivites will tell you that. What will the Vaishnavites tell you? No one more bigger than Narayan, okay? Shiva and all lesser only. They will tell you like that. Vishnu, Parama Vishnu, Bhagavan, Narayana. Yes. If you are Shakti Upasak, then Adi Parashakti is the supreme. Shiva and Vishnu and all, Trinity come, they are her children, isn't it? Like that only. So if you're believing one, keep faith in that one, as that one being the supreme. So there is no clash at all. That is why in our culture we are allowed. In fact, when, Puja Swamiji Dayanandji would say there would be, Christians also coming to the ashram to study. And he would say, Sundays you'll go do your mass in church and whatever, no problem. He would never say, stop all that. Okay, you have your... But come to see that truth. Who is, what are we talking about? And it is in this bhumi alone that such diverse worship deities are allowed. It is a very advanced technique. Like you have the government, then there is a prime minister. But can the prime minister be looking after everything? So he has different departments. He has a finance department. He has a home ministry. He has a defense ministry. All these ministries are there. Whatever else you have, law and order, somebody is taking care of education. So many things. So then Each one is there, head of the department, each one reporting to. So like that, we also have these gods. Each one can take care. Okay? So depending on whom I love, I will consider him as Prime Minister. Okay? And then whoever else, everyone is reporting to PM. Doesn't matter. No problem. The Rishi says no problem with that. But how you do it and what you are understanding of the ultimate, that is very important. And that is how we begin the studies. So you see, this Ganapati Atharva Sheersham is an Upanishad that deals with the ultimate truth, that Brahman, that consciousness, which manifests as this world. And for us who, are used to using the mind and the intellect and mind only can understand form and name, right? I mean, we learn everything through form. We see something, we hear something, we smell something, and then we say, oh, it's that. We categorize it, and that's how we learn. Okay, so to begin with, it is good to have a form of Lord Ganesha. So therefore, the nature of Ganesha is expressed, and the Rishi has given us the form, how we are to, who this Ganesha is, how are we to worship, how in and through this form we reach the ultimate and come to recognize that Isha of all the Ganas, that Swami, Pati of all the Ganas is very much within us. We come to see that Aikyam within. So this is a beautiful prayer. So when we do worship the form, we chant these mantras. Initially, the mantras are chanted like we learn. In the study of the scriptures, we have seen, we know, there is something what we call Shabdartha. So we understand the meaning of the words. The words we become familiar with it. And then we say, oh, it's in Sanskrit, will I ever understand? It will be revealed. So then from that Shabdartha, okay, we understand what is indicated, that is important. Okay. Now, what do the ears indicate? We must know. What is that pot belly of Ganesha? What is it holding? Indicative meaning also should be known. And then, when the student is ready, with full faith, complete surrender, because this Shabdartha and Lakshyartha, indicative meaning, is given to the student so that the student purifies his mind. There is complete understanding, there is faith and surrender. The necessary surrender comes with Shravanam and Mananam. Then when, with full faith and surrender, he approaches the Guru or Ishvara, this Gudhartha, the hidden meaning, the essence of that is imparted to him. That is not given to anybody and everybody. One has to go through this process. Only when there is enough purification and surrender will the Guru give this. In fact, Bhagavan Krishna tells Arjuna, this knowledge one should not give anybody and everybody, especially the one who doesn't have faith. Do not give it to him. The one who has some kind of evil intention. Today we see all powerful missiles are there in the hands of people who we are scared that they are holding it. They can cause harm rather than make it useful for people, isn't it? When there is power given, any siddhi given, that power must be used very well for the benefit of everyone, not for destruction. This power can be used to destroy people also, isn't it? So that's why Bhagavan Krishna says not to give it to the one with evil intention. So why talk about this knowledge? Even when children make mistakes, usually what happens? Parents only are blamed, first. What upbringing. See, children, parents should have taken more care of this child. Huh? They get a bad name, no? Like that guru has to pay for the sins of the disciples. Understand? So he will wait until that purification has not come about. It will not be given away like that. So worship of Ganesha this way, through chanting, the Shabdartha, which helps Mananam. How am I to worship? And with this worship, no longer am I becoming ritualistic, but I'm going into Upasana now. I want to understand the real meaning of it, So Karma Kand and Upasana Kand is part of the Vedas. And when we talk of Jnana Kand, we are talking of Vedanta Shastra. Okay, so then the understanding becomes deeper and we are completely marinated in it, absorbed in it totally. So like any Upanishad, we also begin with the invocation. So in the Ganapati Atharva Sheersham, typically of the Atharva Veda, there is this invocation done by the Guru and the Shishyas together. We shall look at this invocation. It is a Shanti mantra. We will chant it together and look at the meaning of it, then go into the verses of the Ganapati Atharva Sheersham. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stushtvagam Sasthanubhi Vyashema Devahitayadayoh Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarkshyo arishthanemihi Swasti no brahaspatir dadatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om is the symbol of the Supreme Self. It is the Pranava mantra. It is the very basis of all creation. It is said that all of creation has come from this sound, the Pranava syllable, Om. So Om represents that. Om represents that infinite consciousness, that very basis, that very causeless cause. And we say causeless cause, Swayambhu, Swata Siddha. It is independent. It has no other cause. It is self-established. It is the cause of everything else. So this, like we say, if we have to meditate, and the Rishi says, you meditate on that which is formless, which has no name. It is Nirakara, Nirguna, it has no qualities. What will you believe? I'm trying to think of something. I can't think. You're saying it has no shape, it has no name also. What am I to think about? The Rishis realized, yes, this is a problem. The Rishis have realized, but not everybody has realized. They want everyone to come to recognize. So they say, Om is that symbol that they've given us. So, okay. Now I'm okay. My mind is thinking of Om, or it is chanting that sound and it is listening to that sound. So there is some shape to it, some attribute to it. Fine. Then I am settled. So mind settles. And then there is no disturbance, no agitation. When there is no agitation, revelation is possible. Huh? So therefore, Om, Om, and Om, what is it? Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Deva. Oh Devas, all the deities. Who are the deities? All those heads of departments who control. This creation is happening, all of it is being sustained in one way. We have no clue how it is happening. How are seasons changing 1 year after the year? What is happening? There is an order in all of this. And it is going very, very well. Who knows? Who is holding all the planets in balance? There is one sun and there are all these planets which rotate around its own axis and which goes around the sun, and they are not clashing with each other, and they are held in such a balance. And the entire Milky Galaxy is also moving along with the Brahmanda Koti galaxies that are around in this universe. Who has created the space? Who is holding the balance? Do we know? It's all there, but all those devis, devatas who are this way holding it. Powerful deities, what are we seeking? We are seeking, oh Bhadram, whatever this ears, Karnebhi, with these ears, whatever we hear, let it be auspicious. This is the prayer between the Guru and the Shishya. This is what they are praying for together. Whatever we hear, let it be auspicious, and whatever Bhadram Pashye Akshabhi, with the eyes, whatever we see, let it be auspicious. Bhadram. Bhadra. This word is very beautiful. In fact, I remember one Swamini told me, she says, she very evolved, and she says, when she is, if at all it happens that she doesn't like something and she has to express her, opinion, which is not, she will say, I use the word abhadram because it is not in order. It is like, oh, I'll tell you, even when we think about it, it is irritating. Some chalk piece you write sometimes, if that chalk piece makes one krrr sound, sometimes you find it when and that's very irritating to the ear, So it is not in order. It is not pleasant, right? So like that, when she ever feels something, and Swaminis and these evolved masters, when they hear and the words, the way they fall, if it doesn't fall in order, the way of thinking is not pure, it disturbs them in their ear. And they say, she used to say, Bhadram, Bhadram. And she would not like to use that word also, abhadram, because Bhadram should be used. You should always have Bhadram, Bhadra. That auspiciousness only should come. You should have eyes only for that. You should hear only that. Acha, now, if the prayer is, let me hear auspicious, let me see auspicious, that is asking, seeking, wishing. Very good. That's very nice to wish. Now see, if you're wishing that, understand one thing, you have to also speak auspicious only. Because when you speak auspicious only, you will hear auspiciousness. That is why she used to not like to use the word abhadram. That was the biggest gali she could give, she would say. And I used to wonder how nice this Amma is for her. That much is the biggest gali. But you come to realize that, yes, nothing should be abhadram. It should be bhadram. Bhadram karane bhishruyama deva. So that I also speak only things that are auspicious, because the spoken word, as soon as I utter it, I am the first one to listen, even before it reaches another person's ears. I hear it. I hear it what? Before it is manifested as a word, it is a subtle thought. That thought has to be auspicious so that what manifests as this word has to be auspicious. So you see, just in that one line, what are we asking for? If you are asking for it, you have to also be that way. Bhadram karnebi shrunuyama deva. Oh devas, let me only hear, and let me hear lots of it. Ganesha has 2 long years, being years. Listen, listen, listen. We all have been given one mouth and 2 ears. Listen. Listening must be 4 times more than what you speak. So you have said one word, listen to 4 words. And all the silence in between, that also you must listen to. When you listen, you may know something new. When you speak, it is dead past. Understand that. So it's actually wasted only. Until somebody doesn't want to know this, they may not know, so you have to speak. They ask you, you speak, it still makes sense. Because for somebody, somewhere, this becomes Bhadram. That is the amount one should speak. No, Bhadram Pashye Makshabhir Yajatra. So with this Akshaya's eyes, with all the eyes, whatever I get to see, let it be auspicious. Then it is a resolution within us. We have to resolve, affirm. We will also, whenever present ourselves, let us present ourselves as auspicious. Bhadram karnebi shrunuyama deva bhadram pashye makshabir yajatraha sthirai rang sthirai angai. Anga, all my limbs, my body, sthirai, hale and hearty. Let this instrument, it is this body is what? A vehicle, an instrument. This instrument, how should it be? Hale and hearty. It should be functioning well. To function well, what all does it require? That must be done. You have a vehicle. What do? You take it for its servicing whenever it is required. You give it good quality petrol when it is required. That is important. You know, otherwise our stomach very often does not ask. The tongue asks for some food and we feed the vehicle. And what happens to the vehicle? Not feeling too good. Today I wanted to chant the Ganapati Atharva Sheersham. Now I have heard the meaning also. But yeah, headache and stomachache, acidity, I couldn't. Why? You fed the body something which is now it is not ready to function when we want it. Now, hale and hearty let the limbs be, which means when we are praying and asking for it, it is our responsibility. It is what we resolve to do. Okay? Sirai rangai, let the body also be that way. And tushtuvam saha tanubihi, by the body, may we live offering our praises and worship. To whom? To the deities only. Why? Because, see, who are these? When we talk of deities, when we talk of something higher, it is nobler, it is better. We must strive all the time to excel within ourselves, isn't it? What we are today, we must try and become better tomorrow. So what I do today, how I perform my actions today, what I'm thinking about today, have I done better than what I was yesterday? That is the gauge, unit of measurement, and I'm trying this way. So I definitely worship and I praise those ones. Why am I praising? Because I recognize the nobler quality, the higher quality in the deity, and I want that within me. That is why I praise, to remind myself. The praise is not for that deity. That deity, that God doesn't want our praises. One Nobel Prize winner in mathematics. Okay. Now when 12th standard student in mathematics, goes and sings praises, he will say, okay, child is saying something. It is no great deal for him. But somebody else who is in competition with him, if he praises, he might get flattered. When some child praises, would you get flattered? If you're getting flattered, maybe you don't know your subject very well. Now, God is Ishvara. Why does He want our praise? He has nothing to gain from us, right? So the praise, when we say stuti, so that we are constantly thinking about the higher and the nobler. And may we have the benefit of God also. Vyashema devahitam yadayuhu, entire ayu, for let the gods give us this full lifespan. And again here, lifespan doesn't mean many years, or short life. Lifespan, think of the lifespan of Bhagavan Adi Shankara. 32 years. In 32 years, what did he do? As much as one couldn't have probably thought of doing in so many lifetimes, right? Now that is Yadayu. To be able to live such a fulfilled life, to have attained that much, and that is attainable when we are this way focused on the highest. So this is what we are seeking. And also, may the Lord, and now there is, we are talking about Swastina Indra, Vriddhashrava, Swastina Pusha, Vishwaveda, Swastina Daksha, swift motion, Garuda, Vayu is there, Indra Bhagavan is there, ancient and famous Vriddhashrava, he is Indra, god of gods. You have Pushana. Pushana is the almighty Surya, the all-pervading sun. You have Vayu, Arishtanevi, the one who removes all obstacles. Swasti, let Swasti, meaning blessings, be upon us from all of them. From Brihaspati, who is the guru of all deities. All of them, may they give us all of this. That means we are praising various gods, the Vedika gods, thinking of them. Our mind is now attuned. Okay, this prayer, this invocation is done so that, together when the teacher and student are sitting, everything else we must keep out. We must not allow for anything to come in the way. No distractions, no agitations. In fact, we have worked well on all of that. We are already conducting ourselves in the way that we have attained that poise and calmness within us. And then when we are reciting this, it's like a reminder to us that this is the way we are going to conduct ourselves in the praise. It is not only when we are chanting this prayer keeps on going. We keep chanting. Now, this is what is playing in our minds. So as we speak, we are very careful. Is it good enough? As we see something, as we present ourselves, is it good enough? Am I representing that auspiciousness when I'm interacting with somebody? We are all the time paying attention to this, keeping in mind the powerful deities, seeking their protection, seeking their guidance. Understand, they are the ones who are running the universe. So instead of becoming people dependent, there is a problem. when I depend on people, just as I am, they also have very limited knowledge. They, just as I am, they have agitations, anger, lust, attachments. So, even with their best intention, they may go wrong, isn't it? So, can I rather try and tap into that? Since the password, the link has been given to me, can I try to tune into that wavelength, seek protection, and seek blessings this way? Because I know all of this thing is going to lead me to knowing the ultimate truth. So blessings of Surya Bhagwan, Brahaspati, Indra, Vayu Devata, all of those powerful deities protect me. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The three Shantis, peace be at all levels. Adhyatmic, that is within me. Let there be no agitation. Let there be no saying, not today. Today I don't feel like attending. My mood is not correct. I heard bad news, so I will skip class today. No, let that not happen. This is about the ultimate truth, the auspiciousness. Rather, I will choose this. The other things are experiences in this world that come and go. Okay, that's not going to lead me anywhere to permanent happiness. So I should be able to, no? So that strength within me, the right attitude within me should be there. Also, Adi Bhautika. That let there be electricity, let there be network connection. How will we get in touch today? Not possible. Some things are within my control. I pay my electricity bills, I have paid the internet bills, I have asked for the best, but still it can go out of my hands. So partially under my control, but still some aspect not under my control. Shanti there too, let me be protected there. And Adi Daivika, like I said, some things which are beyond anybody's control. In any agreement you sign with anybody, with typically companies signing, there is one clause they include, what they call force majeure clause. It's there, you check these agreements of between a client and a company, corporate agreements. What is that force majeure clause? See, I will deliver these goods to you which you are paying for, but in case of unseen calamity, there is an earthquake and I can't reach you, then I can't be blamed. You cannot apply penalty on me, right? That holds good. So if there is a tsunami and I cannot reach, if there is such a problem in case of fire, so this is Adi Daivika. So you cannot claim anything from me, right? So this is one agreement we all understand. So peace be at that Adi Daivika level also. Let there be no obstacles, and we are getting together to study this Atharva Sheersham. Let it go without any obstacles, and let us come to see the light of what the Rishi has seen in his own meditation. Let that light be revealed to me. So with this prayer, we begin with the Atharva Sheersham, Ganapati Atharva Sheersham, but tomorrow we will chant the invocation and get into, I will just end the session with the chanting of the first verse alone, okay, of the Ganapati Atharva Sheersham, since we have started. Om Namaste Ganapataye Tvameva Pratyaksham Tattvamasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Dhartasi Tvameva Kevalam Hartasi Tvameva Sarvam Khalvidam Brahmasi Tvam Sakshadatmasi Nityam. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम।